Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 19 of the Crystal Palace career mode on FIFA 23. Kicking it off at home against Newcastle, a team, I think we have a 6-6 aggregate scoreline against them for the past two times we've played them, so you know it's going to be a goal fest, and you know it's going to be it's just going to be an entertaining game to kick things off, and with tackles like that going on just 3 minutes into the game, it's going to be a rousy, righteous, rich occasion. But Isaac is played through past the back line, and less than 5 minutes into the game, we go 1-0 down. Not what you want, but that's what you got to do. You got to get on with it, and we know we can score against them. We definitely know we can score against them. We know they can score against us as too. Barini being the main man to score for them against us. But this episode, I will say, is the Dean Henderson special. A couple of episodes ago, I titled the episode, I think I titled it, "Did we sign the wrong player?" or something like that, with Dean Henderson on the thumbnail, purely for the fact he hadn't kept a clean sheet yet this season. It's still yet to keep a clean sheet. He's not going to be keeping one in this game, but he keeps us in so many games. And there's one game in particular in this episode that he was the saviour of this team. Sometimes you look at this team, we've got an 84 rated Gehi, an 84 rated Wan-Bissaka, 80 rated Doucouré at CDM, and then we've got Olise who's 83, Eze who's 81, and Martial who's 83, and that's a decent looking team. Then you've got to sprinkle in Mitchell who's 79, Connor Cody who's a 79, there's also Richards who's an 80 now, and then there's Aribo 77 and Fletcher 76. So that is a proper Europa League level team, I think, maybe even pushing Champions League if you consider some of the higher rated players that we've actually got. So the fact that we are currently sitting in 5th place is good for us, I think, but there's some performances this season where I think we could have done better, and this is one of them. Martial ghosts in some games and relies on Eze quite a lot, but I will say one player this season who has fell off is Olise, and I'm thinking maybe we cash in on him and maybe we look to get a replacement, because his goal contributions have slowed down slightly, like nowhere near as much as last season. He is currently probably projected to get half that, I would guess. Martial has been carrying the team, I will say, so when he ghosts, it's a bit difficult for us to actually win games, because Eze is probably our only other threat. So maybe come next season we sell on Olise and we sign a goal-scoring right winger. Then our whole front three are capable of banging in the goals. As Martial scores from kickoff, that's 15 goals in 12 matches for Anthony Martial. So a great signing there, well worth the money. But it is too little too late, and especially when Nick Pope is making a save like that, it's too little too late. The game ends 3-2. Could have been Martial to save us just there, but it didn't quite work out that way. And what we're going to do here is we're going to accept an offer for the Portugal job. We're in 2023 right now. By the end of this season, there should be the Euros. So that should be pretty fun. Hopefully we can, well, not retain the crown, but regain the European trophy. Maybe even give Ronaldo his last little run out on the pitch. But yeah, we've accepted an international job, so they'll be at the end of this season. I'm not going to show the friendlies, or maybe I'll show the qualifying, or maybe I'll dump them in and have a Portugal episode at the end of every season, maybe. But for right now, we're taking on United at Old Trafford. Ronaldo is actually out right now with an injury. I was looking through the Portugal squad, and they've got some really, really good players. They've got Jota, João Felix, Guedes, Neves, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo. It's a good team, a really, really good team, and there's definitely the chance for us to win the Euros. 2024, I'm not sure where the Euros actually is that year in real life. yeah, not in France because it was in France. I don't know, maybe Germany, probably something like that. But yeah, this game against United, this is another one of those ones where Dean Henderson really helped us out quite a lot in this one. Some great saves, especially that one there against Talisca. Unfortunately, we couldn't clear the ball away. Casemiro just taps it into an open net, and it's 1-0. You know, maybe that's more on the defence than it is on on Dean Henderson. Maybe they should have cleared it away before that opportunity came, but we lose 1-0. So that's back-to-back losses in the Premier League. And we're coming to this one. The last game of today's episode is against Everton in the Premier League. Back-to-back losses. We want to win this one. We want to get back to winning ways against Frank Lampard's Everton. And this is the game. Dean Henderson kind of confirmed to me that we don't need a new goalkeeper. He is the right man for the job. He put in a godly performance in this one. First save 5 minutes in. And you're just going to see a lot of saves from Dean Henderson to start off this little highlight package for this game. Great save again. Close range this time. And I don't know what it was about this game, but he turned it on and it helped us a lot. You know, we could have been 2-0 down at that point. Thankfully, though, he did make both those saves as Mikolenko to Keane hits the crossbar. We're getting really fortunate here because the thing is, a lot of teams in the Prem play that kind of 5-back, 3-back system, and it's really hard to break down on career mode, for me at least. So with the formation I use, the 4-3-3, maybe we need to change to kind of adjust it and beat that kind of system. But it's difficult to break down, and I think that's why we're maybe winning some games just 1-0 against those types of teams that do play that system. Whereas we play the who's the other teams that got promoted? It was Norwich and Blackburn, and Watford also got promoted. But when we play those teams, they don't play that 5 at the back system, and we can bang goals in against them. Villa is another one. We smashed them, I think 5-1 or 6-1 in, I think it might have been the previous episode or the one before. But they play a 4 at the back, and the attack really shows in that game. But when we play these 5-back systems, no one can get an inch of space. It's really difficult to break them down. Thankfully, Martial's got the skill here against his man, and he beats Pickford, and it goes 1-0. But thankfully, we've got Dean Henderson in goal, who has kept it at 0-0 for so long in this game and allowed us to actually take the lead in this one. And as we go into the second half, it's no different to the first. Losing the ball in the midfield, getting counter-attacked, struggling to break down that back 3 of Everton, and just relying on Dean Henderson to make saves like that to keep us in the game and to kind of get us all 3 points, because he is on track now. He's 10 minutes away from his first clean sheet of the season. I think he knows this, and I think he's demanding more of the centre-backs, because they kind of shored up a little bit more the later into the game we got. You can see there Doucouré getting interceptions, and in the 90th minute, a counter-attack arose. Olise through on goal. He's got past Mikolenko and Godfrey and Ben White, but he strikes it straight at Jordan Pickford. But that doesn't matter. Dean Henderson, man of the match, got his first clean sheet. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this one as much as I have. Because if you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.